Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to create a store exactly like this one, how to load products into it, how to go ahead and create just everything that you see right over here without having to go ahead and use Shopify. And you'll also learn how you can go ahead and automatically import products from sources like Aliexpress, how to make product pages, how to customize every single little aspect of your store, and how to have complete control over it as well, and how to just make it look, well, quite frankly, extraordinary. So let's just get right into it. Before I go ahead and dive in, I just want to let you know in the link in the description or in the comments down below, you'll be able to download this entire PDF that walks you through every single little minute detail that I go through in this video and in this series. So again, if you want to go ahead and get this PDF 100% for free, you don't have to pay for a single dang thing. The link is in the description down below. And again, this is going to walk you through every single little setting, every single little detail that I tweak, and everything you need to know in order to go ahead and create the same exact store layout, if not better, like the one that I just showed you in the very beginning. So again, this is 100% for free. The link is in the description for a very limited amount of time. I don't think I'm going to be allowing this for free forever because this is in depth, how much time and effort myself and my team has put into this. So if you want this 100% for free, make sure you get it in the link in the description and make sure you get it fast because I will be pulling this for free from the public very, very soon. So again, enjoy it while it's here and go ahead and get it for free. Let's get right into it. Alrighty, my friends, so this has been one of the most heavily requested tutorials that I create this year, which again is using WooCommerce. Now, before I really dive into it, show you my screen, and just get into all the nitty gritty, what I do want to say is a few things. Number one, don't forget to download that free book that I just showed you before. Like I said, it's 100% for free, and it's every single thing that I did in this video. Why this was so elaborate for me to create was because I created the entire tutorial first with Coach Mario of 100K Blueprint, and then what I did was I had that video literally transcribed word for word, instruction by instruction, step by step in the PDF, so you can follow along with what we're doing as well. Now, the next thing that I wanted to mention is we're going to be talking a lot about hosting because again, when it comes down to a platform like Shopify, for example, Shopify provides the hosting for you. However, when it comes down to using WooCommerce and building a WordPress website, you have to have your own hosting. And if you go ahead to wootutorials.com/hosting, it'll actually take you to my recommended, which is SiteGround. Now, before we really dive into the nitty gritty, I will be telling you right now that hosting is by far one of the most important factors to making your site run. Now, the reason why I chose SiteGround was because not only are they the #1 recommended by WooCommerce, but they also have the fastest and best uptime, so the fastest servers that I've personally used, and I've used other companies like HostGator, Bluehost, which again, I think they're all owned by the same one, except SiteGround is independently owned, which again is a pro for me because I don't have to deal with one massive mega company, which gave me a really, really hard time in the beginning of this year. I prefer using SiteGround because of how affordable it is and the uptime, and not only that, but the craziest part is their support. So I'm not here trying to pitch this to you. If you want to go ahead and use SiteGround, use it. If you don't, you can go and do your research on other hosting companies. But at the end of the day, you're going to need to use hosting in order to go ahead, and you're going to have hosting in order to go ahead and build a WooCommerce website. So again, there's a lot of pros when it comes down to SiteGround, and I'm really going to open it up showing you how to go out there and set your SiteGround up and then go ahead and set up your actual e-commerce store. So without any further ado, let's just dive into it and I'll see you at the very end. Alrighty, so the first thing we're going to go ahead and start off with is going ahead and setting up your hosting for WooCommerce. Now, again, I want to make it very transparent. A lot of people say, oh, go ahead and I recommend this hosting because they pay me the best. No. I recommend this because not only is SiteGround referred by WooCommerce, as a matter of fact, WooCommerce is the only SiteGround is the only hosting company referred to and suggested by WooCommerce themselves. So that says a lot. And there's almost 3 million WooCommerce stores as of 2019. So there's 2.9 million stores to be exact. So here's the thing that I'm going to tell you. We're going to go ahead and actually create and use hosting from SiteGround, but you have 3 options when you're looking at this: Startup, Grow Big, Go Geek. Now, what I would suggest to you is whatever fits in your budget, use it. All right, I'm not going to go out there and tell you to stretch your limits if you can't afford $12.95. Again, the regular price is $34.95 a month for this, but for the special price, $11.95. This one's $6 a month. This one's $4 a month. So just for a cup of coffee every single day, you can go ahead and use the Grow Big, or you can go ahead and have $12 a month as well for less than a cup of coffee every single day. All of these plans. However, there's a few things that we need to talk about. So you see right over here, geeky features. You know, not a lot of people talk about this. I've actually watched so many different e-commerce and WooCommerce tutorials, and they'll tell you, oh yeah, get SiteGround because this and that and this and that. Nobody tells you about one of these features, okay? It's called PCI compliancy. What is PCI compliancy? And it's crazy because nobody talks about this, is if you have a WooCommerce store and people create accounts on your WooCommerce store and they want to store their credit card information on your server, basically on the SiteGround server, PCI is something that not just anybody can get. SiteGround has to go and get certificates from multiple different government branches in order to be allowed to hold people's private information on their servers. So for most of us, we're not going to worry about PCI compliancy. But when I saw PCI compliant, I thought that was extremely, extremely powerful because of the fact that no other hosting service that I've seen offers PCI compliancy and free SSL. So SSL is just a secure, you know, it says HTTPS, the security. They offer that to you for free, which is really, really cool. So again, this is one of the key features that not a lot of people know about, is that if one day you decide that you want to take your store, your e-commerce website, and allow people to create accounts and store their credit card information for one-click purchases. Let's just say you want to be like Amazon. Let me give you an example of how that works. Is when you go to Amazon and you want to buy this right here, affordable fines, right? You want to buy whatever this is, and you want to click buy it now. That's their one-click purchase. What happens here is if I log into my account, my credit card's are already on file, and I could just click buy now and it charges my credit card without me having to enter in all my information. If you want to create something like that later on down the line, if you have thousands of members and you release a new, new product in your e-commerce store every week, if you want people to just be able to go log in, click buy now, and bam, guess what? You'll be allowed to do that, and you won't get into any legal troubles because the server is PCI compliant, which is huge. Nobody talks to you about this, and nobody really knows about this. And the reason why I know about that is because I run stores, and I'm very well aware about PCI compliancy and having to go take state tests. And you actually have to go to a state facility, take a test, and then it goes to a third party to review it, and then you can get approved and all this and whatnot. But again, SiteGround removes that for you, which is cool. But enough about SiteGround. I definitely suggest Grow Big. And like I said, Grow Big is going to be perfect when I give you the store that I'm creating. It's going to work exceptionally, exceptionally well. So I'm going to go ahead and click Get Plan. As a matter of fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sign up live in front of your face. Okay, so my card information, all my other information is above, so I don't want to go ahead and leak that. But what I want to talk to you about is this right over here. What you can do is you can do 12 months, 24 months, 36 months, and you could do trial of 1 month plus $24.95 setup fee. So what you can go ahead and do is choose what period you want. However, what I will say is that it all bills to $5.95 a month, or you can get trial for 1 month, and it's a $24.95 setup fee, and you're just paying $5.95 every single month, right? So again, just kind of keep this in mind. You can do that. You just have a very slight setup fee, or you can do 12 months, no setup fee. And it's probably your best bet to do 12 months at any given time. It becomes a lot cheaper that way, and it's definitely what I suggest as well. So just keep in mind, you do have to go ahead and put up the entire year's worth, but that's great because here's the thing. You ready for this? Shopify.com. Let's take a look at your competitor, Shopify. Just for the record, WooCommerce does all of this, okay? All of this, and it's free. Also, it does all of this, and WooCommerce is free. So I will tell you that right now. If we just whip out the calculator, let me just do some math. 29 times 12, you're looking at $348 just for running Shopify, and you have to pay that every single month. And if you want to use the most extensive package with all the features that even WooCommerce gives to you for free, it'll cost you $3,588. So you can make the decision. If you want to use Shopify, hey, go for it. It's completely up to you. But you have to pay all of this. However, on the other hand, SiteGround, like I'm showing you right now, $71.40. I confirm. Just make sure you go through the terms of service. And just understand what you're getting into, the privacy policy as well, if you read those. And I don't want to receive SiteGround news. So here we go. We're going ahead and just completing the order. As you can tell, I'm doing this with you. I'm going to go ahead and create a new customer area for myself just to show you how this all works. So set up your new Grow Big hosting account. I already have a domain, register a new domain, decide later. So I can go ahead and click register a new domain. Now, I'm going to register a domain that pertains to my particular store that I'm going to be using over here. So you actually have one of two options here. You can go ahead and register a domain, or you can go ahead and buy a domain. Now, it's interesting because if you click register a new domain, the domain privacy is $12 extra. However, if you go to Namecheap, what you can go ahead and do, and let me just log into my account really quickly. So when you go to Namecheap, it's actually cheaper to get your domain here and then link it up really quickly. It's actually really, really easy. Let me just show you how to do this. So let's just say I want to go ahead and get, so this is cool. I'm going to go ahead and just get lookoutstore.com. I can't believe it's actually there. So lookoutstore.com. I'm going to click view cart. And Namecheap is free to sign up as well. It's really, really easy to do. So if I just go ahead and make sure I click confirm order, and let me just make sure that I also have the correct payment details on file. So I'm just going to click continue, and I entered in all my payment details. So I bought it for $8. It's cheaper to go ahead and buy the domain. It's only $8 for that domain, and you have it for an entire year. That's it. You don't need to pay for this monthly. You just click pay now. And now you have the domain, and you can already click I already have a domain. And here's the thing about your domain that you get on Namecheap is that it comes with this for free. Now, the reason why you want domain privacy is because of the fact that if you just run a search, like a who is search, who is lookup, you can actually take a website, if I don't have a protection, enter a domain, and I can see all the information. So all this information in regards to customer, it would actually go ahead and show it when somebody runs a search. So I want to make sure this is blocked out, and it'll show actually nothing. So you can either buy it on here, or you can get it through Namecheap, which it gives to you for free when you get your domain. So rather than paying the, what is it? How much do they want? They want $12 a year for this. This one is free for your first year. So that free WhoisGuard. So that's in your best interest. So you're going to paste in your store, lookoutstore.com. And what I'm going to go ahead and do, all right, we'll associate you with your account once you complete setup. I'm just going to go ahead and click confirm. Now, just for the record, you can also add detect website malware with SiteGround Site Scanner. You could do this. And it's something that I would suggest because it's $20 a year and it's really cheap. If you're on a budget, you can add this in later. But if you can from the start, I definitely would suggest doing this only because of the fact that it monitors your entire website and all your files to make sure nobody hacks you or maliciously tries to plant in files into your website that can harm your server or even their servers as well. So if you were to go ahead and get hacked and whatnot, you would have to pay more because you would have to recover all that, and it happened to me 2 months ago. I actually had malware, and I was using another hosting company, and this is why I left. I completely moved all my stuff over from them to SiteGround, and what happened was what I think that hosting company that I used put malware in my own servers, and I have a huge inclination they did because when I called them to say, hey, what's going on here, they tried to upsell me $700 to get rid of it, and they sent me all my website files that were infected, and it was every single file. I was like, this is impossible. Some of these files just are not, you're not able to go out there and infect. So essentially, you can go ahead and add this. If it doesn't fit in your budget, don't worry. What I'm going to do now is just open up text edit, because I want to start documenting our hard costs right over here. So as of right now, we have $72 for SiteGround, right? And we also have $8 for a domain name, so your website. So as of right now, we're at $81. I'm going to click confirm, okay? And I'm just going to click complete setup. And I'm going to show you how to link SiteGround with your actual domain name inside of Namecheap. So if you're inside of Namecheap, you can go to domains, all right, or I'm sorry, you can go to account, you can go to domain list, and you can check your domain list, and then you can just type in, or you can just find it right inside your particular domains. You can click manage right over here, and I'm going to click proceed to customer area. Now, what you want to do is under your account, right? So it says my account right over here. What you can go ahead and do is take a look at all the information and settings. Now, when you're at the information and settings, the account DNS, this is what you want. You want to highlight this, okay? And you want to click copy. You actually want to name servers, click custom DNS, just paste that and grab this and paste that in here. You can click check, and guess what, my friend? Now, our particular website, there we go, is going to be linked up right over here. It's that simple. It's that simple. It's so easy to go ahead and use. Now, one thing that I do want to do and show you is you can change your password right over here. So that's my username, and I can go ahead and just change the password to whatever I want it to be. So let me just type in a new password. I'm going to click update password, and there we go. So what we're going to do is the following. We're actually going to go ahead and click this, go to cPanel, right? So what you can do is click access cPanel securely and click proceed. So that's all we have to do in Namecheap, by the way. That's it, we're done. Namecheap, you'll never have to touch it ever again. That's it. So there's a few things we want to go ahead and do. We want to set up WordPress. So WordPress, again, is what WooCommerce runs on. So what I'm going to do is just click WordPress, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to just simply, where's this, the install button, that's what I'm looking for. We're going to click install and choose the version that we want. We want the latest version. Choose protocol. We could do HTTP/. Now again, like I said, is that your particular domain, because you use SiteGround, you can actually use HTTPS. But just for ease of use right now, because you might run into a hiccup because it's brand new and it's being linked up right now, I'm just going to leave it to the basic HTTP protocol. I'm going to leave this as the root, and in directory, I'm just going to leave it as is. And I'm going to name this the Lookout Store. Okay? Site, be on the lookout for the best products around. So there we go. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click hide right over here. I'm just going to name this. All right. And I'm also going to go ahead, change the email. And last but not least, limit login attempts. So again, it'll go ahead and limit how many times you can log in before it locks you out. WordPress Starter, and you want to set this because it's pretty, it's actually pretty useful for you. So WordPress Starter, easy setup with the selection of theme and plugins. We don't want that for now. So I had to go ahead and edit out when I clicked on advanced options because it showed me my database name. Don't worry about that. You don't need to worry about any of that. Just click install. But here's what you have to remember, and just take a look at this. I knew this was going to happen, by the way. Because you bought the WooCommerce package, you want to know what happened? Is that it already exists on our server, okay? It already exists on our particular cPanel. So this is really, really useful. So if we go to lookoutstore.com/cPanel, we're able to take a look, all right? And again, it's all linked up already. We're able to take a look at exactly what's going on. So let me just do this for you. Lookoutstore.com. This is it. WordPress is already on here. Because we use SiteGround, it already installed everything we need. So what exactly do we need to do? How exactly do we access it? So what you're going to do in order to log in is go to /wp-admin, and then you want to take a look at your email. And inside of your email, it'll say WooCommerce installed, and it'll say WordPress admin, and then it'll tell you the username, which should be the same as your cPanel login, and your password that you went ahead and used as well. Now I changed mine. Remember, we changed ours, so it automatically linked up, and now we're inside. Now we have WooCommerce in here as well. So now we have everything gone ahead and set up inside of our particular SiteGround and Namecheap. It's that easy to go ahead and just move everything over and get everything linked up with one another. And that's how easy it is to actually set up your WooCommerce store. WooCommerce is here already, okay? But what do we have to do exactly? Well, I have this particular theme. Now, if you go into Theme Forest, all right, if you go to Theme Forest and you just go to e-commerce and then you went to WooCommerce right over here, and you'll see about 100,000 people use it. Now, this theme is a very big deal. It's called FlatSum. And let me tell you right now, this is probably one of the coolest and most useful themes ever. So I do own it as well. So let me just keep that in the back of your mind, is that I own this particular theme, and I'm going to go ahead and just go into my downloads, and I'm going to go and show you once you download it. The link will be in the description as well. You can click download and then click all files and documentation. That means the WordPress file will be in here, and my activation code / your activation code will be in there as well. So now that I have this, what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and just open this up. Now, if we wanted to go ahead and use this theme, there's a bunch of free themes that you can use as well. Just keep that in mind. So you have your storefront, which you can customize. That's free. So you can also search free WooCommerce themes, and you can get, different WooCommerce themes that are free. So technically the cost here, you don't need to go out there and kind of take on another cost. So right over here, if I were to go ahead and buy it again, I think it was $70 maybe, so $70 or $69 for theme. All right. So again, we are still yet at our $350 for Shopify hosting only. So we have yet to even hit this $350 for Shopify hosting yet. We're teetering at around $150. So we are doing really, really well to have our entire site set up for a year and a theme for life. So think about that, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go into Appearance, Themes, and click Add New. And inside of Add New, I'm going to click Upload Theme, and I'm going to click Choose File. Now inside my downloads, I'm going to go ahead and click Flatsome. Is that it? Yes, it is. Theme Files. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is upload the one with the numbers. Don't upload the child theme. That one, don't even worry about what it does. Just upload the one that has Flatsome 3.8, whatever version you're using at the time of watching this. You're going to click Enter. I'm going to click Install Now. And you can see at the bottom left-hand corner, it's going to show you installing. So here we go. And what you can do actually is you can actually click on Live Preview. It'll show you the live preview inside of your particular store. Now, it's here, okay? It's here. However, it doesn't look great. So I'm going to click Activate, and we need to go through the activation wizard. So click Let's Go. So first things first, I'm going to enter in my purchase code, which again, I get right over here. So give me 1 second. Whoops, I forgot. I actually have to go into my downloads, and I told you that it would download all the files when it said it would, but unfortunately it didn't download what I needed here. But there we go. Now I have it. I'm going to plug this number string that I receive in this text file into here. So give me 1 second. So now that the number's there, I can just click Activate, and here we go. Your purchase is validated. Theme and automatic updates. Enjoy them. So I just click Continue. Now, here's the thing that I want to tell you, is that the next part of this, I don't know why it's not moving. If I could just click Continue. There we go. So this particular step, we can click Skip this step. Plugins. Now, listen to this. Is that contact form, social login, sidebar, who sidebars, Yith WooCommerce wish list. These aren't really necessary. So we can click Skip this step. Content, you can go ahead and add all these in. You can click Continue. All right, so it's going to go ahead and just one by one start creating everything for you. So it went ahead and uploaded all the content. Now, again, we can upload a new logo, and I'll show you where you can get logos. I'll even create one of my own. But again, it's very easy where to get logos. I'll talk about that later on and who you can use. So for now, don't even worry about this. And here's the thing. They're going to tell you, okay, it's time for you to go ahead and choose your theme that you want to use. Now, these themes are great, but unfortunately, they're just not what we want. They're just not what I want. So what I'm going to do is click Skip this step because I want to start from scratch completely. So item does support, item does not support. All right. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is click Agree and Continue. And then what I'm going to do is click View Your New Website. That's just pretty cool. So this is our new website. All right. So it looks pretty intuitive. If I go, again, we can get rid of all this. If I go to Shop, we can have this. Okay. And this is where all our widgets go. We can move all this around. We could change the store. We could change the store currency. So we could do a lot over here. This is just the beginning of our store. So let me just go back. And it says My Blog over here. If I go to Dashboard, there's a few things that I want to do. First, I want to go ahead and go to Settings. I want to go to General. Now it says My Blog. Just type in Lookout Store. And then again, it'll say just another WordPress site. Your tagline can be whatever you want it to be. So Amazing new products to keep on the lookout for. So there we go. Email address. Now here's the cool thing about an email address. You can actually go in here, type in email, and then you can set up even a forwarder. So let's just say I want to receive everything on another email. On my Gmail, I can go ahead and add a forwarder, and I can say support at lookoutstore.com goes to my email 123@gmail.com. Or what I can do is I can go, let me just go right back over here, cPanel Home. I can actually type in email accounts, and I can create a brand new email account. So I can do support and then password. Let me just go ahead and just type this in. Very strong, just like me. So there we go. Let's just see here. So mailbox quota, we could do 500 megabytes. Click create account. And now what we can do is we can actually click access webmail, and it'll allow us to access our particular email right through the web. And I like using Roundcube, to be quite honest with you. Okay, got it. I know how to use this Roundcube. Again, it's a pretty nice layout, pretty simple, nothing too complex here. So we can go ahead and change this to support at lookoutstore.com. And again, membership, anyone can register. We're going to just leave this as is. Now, something that I also want to go ahead and talk to you about is UTC Eastern Time. So set it to Eastern Time, ideally, Eastern Time UTC code. So here it is, Eastern Time, Central, Eastern, UTC -4. So we're going to go UTC -4. So there we go. Date format, we can leave it as is. Time format, we can leave it as is as well. And week starts on Monday. So there we go. We can click Save Changes. This is going to go ahead and save our changes for us. Okay, so again, this is pending based on if I can confirm my email. And it just so happens that if I click Access Webmail, I can indeed confirm the email. So I go to Roundcube, and then it says, hey, by the way, confirm your new email. I'm going to confirm this email. And there we go. So what I'm going to do now is actually go to users, all users, and this is us, this is me, you, etc. Again, you can change however you want this to look right over here. Just click update profile if that's all you want to do. Again, you can take a look at all this. This is completely, whatever you want to use. So in my case, I'm just going to change this to something. Yeah, I like that much better. So the settings are pretty much taken care of. However, we have this theme, right? We have this tiny little theme here. And we want our store, the Lookout Store, the lookoutstore.com, to look pretty good. We want it to look way better than this. So what are we going to do here exactly? Well, let's just dive into the customization. So you're going to go to Themes, and then what you can do is actually click Customize. Now, take a look at exactly what we're going to do when we customize it. So we have everything set up here in regards to our store ready and whatnot. All we have to do is start putting out all the content. We just have to start adding in all of the content. That's all that we have to do. The images and the logo and how the site works and feels and basically everything that we can possibly want on our particular site, we're able to go out there and add it. Now, I will say one thing is that this was very easy to create. We're up and running and we have everything set up. But you need to make sure that the hosting that you're using is SiteGround, and that's why it's so seamless. Otherwise, you'd have to go through like 30 different processes. So again, I will see you. Make sure you subscribe, and I will see you in the very next video, part 2 of our WooCommerce training. I'll see you there. So now we have this particular theme installed. Now, we don't want these menus over here, all right? We don't want that at all. So we're going to go ahead and edit the pages. We're going to edit certain pages. We're going to edit the menus, and we're going to talk a little bit about plugins as well. So let me just dive right into it right now. First thing that I want to talk about is right over here, pages. So this is where it is. You can go to all pages, and this is where all of your pages are going to be. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to just click Add New, and I'm going to call this Home. Now we're going to call this Home, and I'm going to put it like this, Home Main. So what we're going to do here with the template is we're going to do page, full width, parallax title. Okay. So again, we can edit this as we need, but all I want to do right over here is click preview, and it's generating the preview. Now I want to show you exactly how this looks like. So that's just the top right over here, and the parallax title gives it that really cool feature at the top. But again, we're just going to call this home main, and then I'm just going to click publish. But we're going to come back later, and then we're going to remove the main from it. So what I'm going to do now is actually head in to where you see appearance. We're actually going to go to menus. So we're at menus, and what I'm going to go ahead and do is the following. So you see you can select main menu, secondary menu. You can actually create a new menu. Now I'm going to call this menu. There we go. So, or main menu, menu, main. As you can see, I've done this before. You could do main menu, menu main, click create menu. What you can do over here is you can click view all. And what I want to do right over here is the following. So let's just take a look at track your order, about, contact, FAQ, and I'm just going to click add to menu, and I'm going to go ahead and just click save menu. Again, we're creating a very basic and generic menu over here. So we went ahead and we created the menu, and you'll notice that on this particular theme that this menu still hasn't updated. So what we would have to do is we'd go in and we'd go back into themes, and we'd click customize right over here. And let me just show you how this will all work, especially with the header, right? So the header, we can go ahead and take a look. So right over here, you can actually take a look at menus. So you're going to notice it says main and then menu main, which is ours. So main, what we're going to do is click this, and then it's going to update, and it's actually going to assign no menus because we unchecked it. So not in use for our records. And I'm going to go back and put main, and then I'm going to make this our main menu. All right. And again, you can add your menu items in here as well. So we can actually just leave it as is. Track your order, about, contact, FAQ. And then what I can do over here is, whoops, let me just go back right over here, is I'm going to click publish right over here. And it's going to publish it for us on my particular site. And I'm just going to go and take a look right over here at home. And then I'm going to click home. And here we are. So we're actually on the home page right now. So what you can do is once you're on the home page, click on edit page, but edit with UX Builder right at the top. Now this is going to be really, really, really cool. In the settings icon right over here, what you're going to do is hit clear post content and hit OK. It's going to wipe everything, okay? It just shows you templates that you can use. These templates, super, super useful. Now you can go ahead and just add in your own elements. And what's cool about this incredible theme is that they actually go out there and they provide you with such amazing options that you can go ahead and use. For example, slider. We're going to add a slider to the very top, and we can have different slides up here. But for simplicity purposes, you can actually go out there and just pick one of these themes and use it, like Megashop, for example. So loading UX Builder, it's going to go ahead and show you all of this, right? So all of these, okay, all these different products and whatnot is something that you can go ahead and dynamically have pretty much created for you and everything else. But again, if you don't want to use their preset themes, just make sure you click clear, and there's nothing here. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm actually going to click add elements, and what I'm going to do is also add in a slider. Now I'm just going to start adding in multiple different elements here. And let me just tell you this is going to be really cool, is if I just go to Unsplash, okay, Unsplash, all right, let's just click Unsplash, and let me just type in man. Now, let's just go ahead and look for a good photo that we could potentially use. Let's just say this one right over here. Download for free. So now let me show you, since we're working in our slider, right? If we go ahead and just click if we just click options, it'll show us all the options. However, we want to add images in here. We click the plus icon, and we can click on image. And what we can go ahead and do is select media. And if I just click select files, go into that download that I had right over here and just clicked open, I can go ahead and use this image. And again, it's stored on my particular site. So I'm just going to click use image. Now this is really cool. And let me just click apply and click update as well. So when we're going out here and using something like this, you need to understand is that we need to make sure that the particular picture looks good, right? So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to start playing around with some of these settings. So if I just go ahead and go right to the slider and just click on options, I'm able to go ahead and just start moving this around and seeing exactly what it looks like. Right? So again, we have focus, container, we have shadow right over here where it goes ahead and leaves some shadows. However, I just want to leave it to default. I like default how it is because again, I want to keep it very simple. You can play around with all these settings as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go click add slider, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and click banner. So we have the image right over here, and it could be a very simple image as well. However, a banner is actually pretty cool. So I'm going to go ahead and click options, and what I'm going to do is just type in banner. So banner top home, and this is from my reference. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is click image. I'm going to select the same exact image. There we go. Use this image. And it's going to go ahead and allow me to use this particular image, obviously. And I can decide where I want to place it just by dragging it. So that looks great right there. And not only that, but I'm going to go ahead and say, okay, I don't really need this particular image. So I'm actually going to delete this and only have this. However, there might be a problem is, Dan, I might not be able to see this particular text. You're probably like, okay, how exactly am I able to go out here and see this particular text? Well, again, don't forget, I can do a lot over here. I can actually move this as I need, just with how they have their boxes laid out. But let's just say the image is really, really light. Let's just say this particular image is like right here, and you're like, oh my goodness, Dan, how do I see this? This is where things become really cool, is that you actually have an overlay feature where you can overlay a color on it. And now it becomes super, super easy for you to go ahead and make your particular text look really, really cool and really, really good as well. So again, don't forget, there's so much we can do, and the parallax is also really cool. So that's what the parallax looks like. It looks like the image is still all the way through. But again, I'm just going to leave it at 2, just because, again, it just looks the best that way. And if I go out of the banner and click on the drop down, I can click this text box. I can go ahead and pretty much open text editor, and this is all I need to do. Now let me just go back to text over here and just click options. There's a lot that I can do when it comes to adding more options to this. I can add text box, I can add another text box if I wanted to, I can add another banner if I wanted to go ahead and add that. But for this particular video, I'm just going to click on text, I'm just going to click options, I'm going to click open text editor. I'm going to say I'm going to put B on top of the world. Okay. Enjoy this theme 100, or enjoy this e-commerce website 100% for free on me. Just make sure you follow the directions in the description. I definitely chopped that up. There we go. So in the description, I'm going to click OK. Now again, just keep in mind, I can shrink this down to however I need it to be. I can move this around if I wanted to snap it right here. Be on top of the world. Let's just say I wanted to go ahead and snap it right here. Why not? Or even a little lower. Again, you can play around with this all you want, which is the craziest part for me. So I'm just going to click update. And there we go. This is updated in regards to the particular banner at the top. Now another thing I want to do is let's move this up, and let's just say, for example, I wanted to go ahead and add in a button. Okay. What I would be able to do is, you see this little blue icon, I'm going to click it, and I can go ahead and just have button. Now what's cool about this is that I'm able to go out here and do a lot with this particular button. I can even add in different forms. Now, what's cool about this as well, let me just show you this, is if I wanted to delete this, and if I wanted to go out here and add in more rows, I can scroll down, click row, and then these elements that I could add, I can go ahead and just type in button. Okay, I can click button right over here. And again, I can pretty much, if I just click duplicate, I can click me, and then I can just start duplicating these. However, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make one button first, just so I can have a reference, so shop now. And what I'm going to do, primary style, we're going to go ahead and do outline. And I don't really know if I like the colors too much on here. Style, outline, size, we'll leave it to normal. Okay, so The way, yeah, I mean, the way it kind of works is interesting size. We'll leave it to normal as well. Again, we could play around with where it links to exactly. It's not that big of a deal here. So what I'm going to do is head back over where it says column, button. I can go ahead and again, if you click on button, it'll show you the button. However, if we go back and then we just click on options, what we're able to do is the color. We can do secondary. Let's just do alert. We can do success. We can do white. And that looks great to me. So that seems quite honestly just fine. And if I just click this little gear icon, I click duplicate, I'm able to move this right over here. And then again, if I just click duplicate, I'm able to move the last one to the last one. So shop now, our store, new arrivals. Now here's the thing, it expands a little bit. So what we're going to do is just going to move this out. And now that looks a lot better. So shop now, our store, new arrivals. And like I said before, you're able to move everything that you possibly would want. You can move this all down at one time. And here we go. So that's what I wanted to show you in regards to adding buttons and how easy it is if you wanted to add your own buttons as well. And don't forget to click apply and then click update. And again, don't forget that it'll start updating as you need. And like I said before, what you should keep in the back of your mind all the time is how it looks on the real site, on the live site. So it might look this way on the particular live site, but if I go to the actual, if I just take a look at the actual slider, go to options, if I have the banner, go to options, and if I want to go ahead and have this look a certain way, if I want to make it look less pixelated, because it looks a little pixelated right over here, right? What I can go ahead and do is I can do container, I can do focus, I can also go ahead and have shadow. I can leave it to default as well. What you really want to do is you want to head over to banner, click options, and then for the size, you can leave it to large, and you can click apply, and then click update. Now it might take a second to update on the particular store, but it looks a lot less pixelated over here. So let me just go ahead and click options again, and we can even take a look at, let's just do medium, okay? So that starts to look pixelated. So if I go large, medium definitely is pixelated. Original, large will do the job for us. Click apply, click update, and we're going to take a look right over here. Now it's definitely the fact of the parallax that's hurting us. So what I'm going to do is click options one more time, and again, you might want to play around with this until you get it just about right. You're going to click apply, you're going to click update, and then you're going to just hard refresh it and then take a look. Okay, so now it's getting better. Definitely getting better. So we're going to go click options. We're going to play around with this a little bit more, and I think we pretty much hit the nail on the head right over here when it comes down to this particular. Okay, cool. So this works really, really well. So again, that's what I wanted to show you right over here. However, we still have more that we need to go ahead and edit. For example, I want to talk about adding different elements and what needs to go below this particular section. So next what I want to talk about is going ahead, and you see where it says latest, best-selling, and top-rated, and all this. These are all widgets. So we can get rid of these very, very easily. We're not even going to worry about it. But we want to go ahead and move down next. So you see this little plus icon right around this entire box. You're going to click it. And what you're going to go ahead and do is click on this, Flat Sum Studio. And this is why this has been absolutely incredible for me to recommend to you, is because you have the options to you actually have the ability to go out here and add in pre-made templates. Take a look at this. If we go to like category, for example, we're able to have categories of products that we can use. Now this is going to be really, really cool, because I know a lot of people will love to use something like this. So let's just say we wanted to use, let's just click preview really quickly. So this is exactly what it would look like. We can use something a little bit more simple like this. So as a matter of fact, we're going to use something that simple. So I'm going to go ahead and click import. Now take a look how cool this is. And I'm going to click start. Even when it says import 3 images, yes, that'll be fine for me. I'm going to go ahead and just click import. And this is so cool, is that it went ahead and imported this for us. Now I'm going to click update. I'm going to go ahead and click apply and update. So let me just exit out of these. And let me just do a hard refresh. And as you can see right down here, you can easily go out here and edit this as you please. Just like we did up above, we can edit whatever we want. We can edit the button. We can go ahead and edit where it leads to. We can edit absolutely everything. If we really wanted to, we can go ahead and the overlay. We can even go ahead and lower down the opacity of the overlay, just like that. Click choose. And then go to the next one, and then the overlay right over here. We can do the same thing. So it's super intuitive. And you can go out here and use as many predefined templates that they have for you. And it's so easy to use as well. So I'm just going to click update really quick. And let me just tell you how incredibly useful this is when you want to add in new sections. So let's just click plus again. Let's use the Flatsum Studio. We can go ahead and have, let's just say map, for example. You can have a map right at the bottom. Sign up if you want to go ahead and capture different leads and using sign up forms essentially. So there's so much that you can use. You can have an entire e-commerce store designed right for you right away. Almost seamlessly, to be quite honest with you. And I would be really ashamed if I were to just go ahead and just use one of these and not show you the power of this particular tool as well. Because again, this tool is so powerful. So that's exactly what I wanted to show you when it comes down to using the particular Flatsum Studio and how nice you can make your particular website as well. However, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to close out of it. I'm going to go to dashboard, and then what I'm going to do is under appearances, I'm going to go to widgets, and from the widgets, you can see footer 1, all right, and I'm going to just remove these, and right over here, and then footer 2, you have the about us and all of that. However, let's just take a look. If we go ahead and refresh, this is what the footer turns into. So now we've just gone ahead and edited our particular footer. So you're going to have to edit all this using the builder, the about us as well. You can edit everything using the particular builder as well. These are where your blog posts are going to come in, but this is where the widgets come into play. So what I'm going to go ahead and do right now is I'm going to use a predefined template because of the fact that I want to go ahead and progressively move along and create something rather nice and faster so I can produce this content and get it delivered to you. So I'm going to do what I just told you that you maybe can do or don't have to do. I'm going to go ahead and use one of these particular, whoops, I actually came into the particular store. I'm going to go ahead and click on edit page, edit with UX Builder, and I'm actually going to go ahead and use some of these predefined pages. So I'm going to click clear, click OK, and what I'm going to do is the following. I can click add elements, Flatsum Studio. I can go ahead and where is this? It'll say full page, and I'm able to add in a full page as I see fit. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm just going to create a full page right now just because it's extremely easy for me to go out there and create a store, especially when I need something up and running rather fast. It'll be really easy for me to go out there. So I'm going to just click import, and then I'm going to click start, and then it's going to just use that particular template, and I'm going to start filling in and adding in products to my particular store. And again, it uses a bunch of different elements. As you can see, it's snowing in the background here. This is pretty interesting because if you just click on the section, there's a lot that you can go ahead and do. And let me just tell you that you see how the snow effect is in the background. You can click effects and just click no effect. You're able to also have like sparkling and different effects if you wanted to, but for simplicity purposes for me, I'm just going to go ahead and leave this as is. I'm going to click update, and you're going to watch and see the end product of this as well. Once I build it out completely, you'll be able to see the different products that we're using and how all of this is going to link up very soon. So let's jump into actually adding products into the particular store. So now that you know how easy it is to actually go out there and create your store, how exactly do you activate and set up WooCommerce and all that fancy stuff, right? So first thing is first, what you want to do is you actually want to go back to your dashboard right over here, and you want to click on WooCommerce. Now, what you want to do is run the setup wizard. Now we're going to do this together. So I'm located in the United States. So I'm going to go ahead and just put in US. I'm going to fill out this information and make sure your currency is the country currency that you want to use. So let me just enter my address real quick. And then after you're done, you can click Let's Go. And then what you can do right over here is set up Stripe for me using this email. And I already have Stripe set up. So again, what you can go ahead and do is you can just set up Stripe using a email that you have. And then you can also, you don't need to set up using a PayPal. I'm just going to uncheck PayPal for example purposes right now. You can enter your PayPal in and do whatever whatever you would want to use to collect payments. I do suggest Stripe and PayPal for both. But as of right now, I'm just going to use Stripe. I'm going to click Continue. And it's going to go ahead for shipping method, flat rate, or free shipping. This is something that you can go ahead and offer from the very start. So flat rate can be $5, for example. Location is not covered by your other zones. Flat rate, let's just say it's $10. Again, you can edit all of this later. We'll use ounces for product weight and inches for product dimensions. Correct. All right, so we're going to click Continue. And it's going to run automated taxes, and we don't want MailChimp because we're going to use something else, but automated taxes. It's going to make you sign up for Jetpack. You're going to click Continue with Jetpack. You're going to need to actually sign up for the Jetpack using the WordPress community right over here. So give it one quick second. It's going to load. And then you're going to go ahead and just create your particular account right over here. Just click Create Account. And the rest is going to happen for you. Authorizing your connection, lookout store. Here we go. So it's very, very simple on what we're doing right over here. So now what we want to go ahead and do is we can actually create a product right over here. However, what I'm going to show you is exactly where you can go in order to add in new products into your particular store. You actually click on products. If you go to all products right over here, you can see these particular products are examples. Then you can just click add new product as well. Now, what I want to tell you is that this is the particular store that we're working with right over here. And what I want to go back to is the appearance. I want to go to menus again, and I want to go to the menu main, which is again main menu at this point. And what I want to do right over here is, all right, we're going to go ahead and run a search. We can run a search for shop, or we can just click shop right over here. And I'm just going to click add to menu. Now, really quickly, it's going to add to menu. I want to have it first. I want to click save menu. All right, let this save really quickly. And why I'm doing this is very important. It's because I'm going to have to show you when we create products exactly what happens. So if I just refresh this, it should have shop right over here, and this is what our shop looks like over here. Now again, for all of this, as you can see, bags, cooking, clothing, men, the filter that we have over here as well, what you can do is you can actually go ahead and go into widgets, and you can do the shop sidebar, and you can do filter by price. Again, you can, let's see, do we have a browse? Yep, we have music right over here. We have the drop down. So again, it's fairly easy, default sorting, but that's not part of the widgets, just so you know. What I'm going to go ahead and do is filter by. Can we have a, let's just run a product search. Okay, search on your store. We can also put this right under here, and then we're going to do search, click save. And it'll go ahead and have the filter up top. It'll have search. So this is what we're working with right over here. Okay, so this is our particular store that we have as of right now. And really quickly, let me just go back to menus, because in my opinion, I think I want the home first, and then we can go ahead and have the shop next. So let me just click right over here. It's pretty simple. All right, cool. So now we have home, shop. Again, all this we can edit, even the colors. I'm not worried about colors as of right now. So what I quickly wanted to show you on this page is that if you don't want related products or anything, what you can actually do is click Customize Product Page, and then right over here on Product Page, it'll show you that you can go out here, right over here, let it load really quickly. We can actually go ahead and we can actually run a search for related, and then we have grid, and we can even disable it if we want. So related products is completely disabled from right over here. And don't forget to click published. So I just wanted to show you that if you wanted to know exactly how to get rid of that. And you can also set up whatever type of style of product that you want as well. So let's go ahead and actually go into all of our products. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to bulk actions. I'm actually going to move to trash. I'm going to just throw out all these particular products as of right now. So let me just click move to trash, click apply, and this is what we're going to do. So take a very, very quick look. So now that I deleted all these products, I'm going to show you how I can import products from Aliexpress rather quickly. And again, if you want to, you can go ahead and just click add new product, and it'll go ahead and you just follow this. And you're going to work with simple products. You're going to go through all of this, okay? Very simple. There's nothing too complex to this, and then just a short description for your product as well. So let me just go to shop, and you can see that there's no particular products in here right now. So I'm going to use woodropship.com. Now, here's what I'm going to go and do. I'm going to click Connect Store, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this URL, and I'm going to click Connect Shop, and here we go. And I'm going to use the same username and password for my particular WordPress login, and then I'm going to go ahead and just click on Approve. Now, I'm going to show you how easy this is as well to go ahead and get started. So the reason why I'm not incognito is because I'm going to need to go ahead and download a particular extension. So if I go ahead and just click Get Chrome Extension, I'm going to add to Chrome, click Add Extension, it's clicking Checking, there we go. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is go to Aliexpress, all right? And from here, let's just say I wanted to add in these are some very interesting products that we have right now. Let's just say I wanted to add in this, and nope, that's infringed, this, and this. So I can go ahead, click this right over here, and what I'm going to go and do is the following. Select shipping method, ePacket, United States. Oh, whoops. Let's do this. This is what I need. Okay, there we go. I'm going to click Update. So here we go. All right, so I have different products that I want to explore. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is the following. I'm going to click on Import Products. So now what you're going to go ahead and do is I just went to the products, the import list, and there's no products to import. So what you can do is, let's just say this is $8 a pair. I'm going to click this upload, importing, okay? Add it to the import list, and I'm going to go hover over here, add to import list. I'm going to go to this one, add to import list, and then I'm going to just click add to import list. So we have a import list now, okay? Products, import list, and this is pretty cool. So we have resistance bands, okay? We have a charging dock. And again, we can go ahead and create categories inside of our backend. This is a camera, okay? These are yoga pants, and I'm going to do actions, delete product. This is yoga pants. Good. Description, we can edit the description as we need. So again, we can edit these inside of we can actually edit this inside of WooCommerce, price on Aliexpress, sale price on your store, $29.99, and then it can do, you can have like, $49.99 right over here, and you can do the same exact thing. We copy this, we paste this here, $29.99, and images, let's decide which images we want to go ahead and okay, upload and oh, whoops, I just cropped it out completely wrong. That's awkward. Give it 1 second. All right, image updated, not what I wanted. Okay, so we're gonna click close, and actions, I guess I'll leave it on here for now, and then I'll decide which one I want. Variants, sale price on your store, $29.99. Okay, And we're going to use the same variable all the way through. And it can be 99.99. Okay, this is pretty simple. What we're doing over here, I'm going to click push product. And again, we can edit all the variants and whatnot as we need. This has way too many variants for me to want to edit as of right now. This one as well, actions, delete product. So the products have been deleted. However, what I want to do is go back to my particular store, and what I want to go and take a look at is these particular products. So I'm going to go to products, all products. Now, if they don't appear, it's because they're processing. So let me show you what happens here when they're processing. Products, processing. Okay, we could see that it's still processing and still processing. They take 2 minutes to complete on average. So go ahead and be patient and wait, and I'll come right back. All right, so it actually took a single minute. And again, let me just show you what it looks like on the store. Now you see I cropped that out by accident. So let's just go in and just start making some minor edits. Now, what I will also tell you is that we have categories over here, and what we can do is we can actually go ahead and just start deleting these categories. Oops, so let me just go ahead and do this. I'm going to check these all off because, again, we have categories on the left-hand side, and it wouldn't make too much sense right now if we just had all of the categories on the side and it fits in no categories. So like I said, I'm deleting all these categories. We have uncategorized. So it deleted all the categories. I'm going to put these two. I'm going to do weight training and electronics. So electronics. All right, we're going to leave that as is. All right, and I'm just going to click add new category. It's going to add new category for me. And I'm going to do fitness. And then I'm just going to click add new category, and there it is. So I'm going to go to all products now. And what I'm going to just do is I'm going to click edit on here. And take a look at this. Now, this image I don't want, so I'm going to click X. This image is the same one, and I'll just leave it as is. So, again, we have a variable product. Now, it could have been a simple product, but we're going to go ahead and leave it as a variable product. Taxable, shipping only, or none. So, this means that the entire item is taxable, the shipping is only taxable, or there's no tax whatsoever. So again, this is applicable to you and what you want your tax rules to be. So tax class can be standard, reduced rate, 0 rate. You can leave it to 0 rate if you have no tax status. So inventory, SKU. Okay, this is for the Woo. This is for the Woo drop shipping. So shipping right over here. Again, you can go ahead and define a shipping class. If you want to go ahead and define a shipping class, we haven't talked too much about shipping. Upsells, you can go ahead and have a particular upsell for this, and which is pretty cool. It's built right into the theme, and also WooCommerce as well. And then you can leave the attributes, the variations, what you can have here, black and green. And if you go ahead and do this, you can have the drop down, and you can change and use a different image for this. And all we need to go ahead and do is find the image that we want. So set variation image. And there you go. The price there. Same as parent, same as parent. I'm going to just go ahead and undo that. And I'm going to set this to be the same exact one. So there we go. I'm going to leave it as is. Advanced, purchase notes, nope. Menu order, nope. Any reviews, yep. Extra. Custom bubble, disabled, custom bubble title. We don't need any of this. This isn't necessarily for us. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in fitness and uncheck uncategorized. I'm going to click update, and it's going to update everything for me. And as you can see right over here, it now is fitness resistance bands, $29.99. And this is exactly how it looks. You can take a look at the quick view as well. Really, really useful. Okay, and again, the SKU will show here. You can do green, black, and it would go and update based on what you need. So if we click this particular product, we can actually go ahead and go into this product and see exactly what it looks like. Let me just close out of this really quickly. Actually, we'll keep this open because I'm going to need to edit the home page. But we're able to go out here and edit pretty much everything that we would want. So if we wanted to go ahead and edit this particular So this is the description. This is where everything is going to go. Here, here, here. And again, we have different formats that we can use. So let's just say here, here, here. Just say we wanted formats. Let's just take a look. Text background. Let's do primary background color. All right, we can actually take a look. Primary. If we click update, it'll show you everything. Again, I'll show you everything what this looks like right over here. Here, 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 this is the primary color that you set on your particular store, and that's something you can edit as well. But if you want to remove that, just do that right there. And what you can go and do is highlight it again. You could do format. We could do, let's just do uppercase, here, here, here. Click update, and it'll update over here as well. We also have the additional information that we can go ahead and edit as we need, and these are the ratings, which is built right in.
What's going on, guys? Coach Mario here from 100K Blueprint. We're going to go over some more WooCommerce training today. First thing we're going to do is, let's say we want to create a product, and we're not using WooDropship in this case. We've got the product in stock, or we want to create it exactly how we want to create it from scratch with our own imagery. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down to products here in the dashboard, and we're going to hit add new. Okay, and what we're going to do on this first one here is we're going to do a wood style Bluetooth speaker. What we're doing here first is we're creating a simple product. This is a product that has, just one variant, okay? So they call that a simple product in WooCommerce, right? And then we're going to do a product description right here. So go ahead and paste a few bullet points in there. All right. Okay, we're going to scroll down, and let's say we got this product sourced for $8. Maybe we want to sell it for, $24.95, and say it's normally priced at $50. Okay, and then your tax settings, you'll have to set those up depending on how you need to charge them in your country and in your states. All right, and for inventory, what we're going to do here is keep this in stock. You never want to click on this because we want to let people buy more than one of these, get our average order value up, of course. If you click on enable stock management, what you can do is you can create a little bit of scarcity if you want to. So you can say we're down to 100 left, right? And you can still allow them to buy if that gets down, but you want to keep an eye on that and have yourself or maybe your VA keep putting that up, but that's one way you can add some urgency if you want to. Okay. Shipping is going to be dependent on how you set up your shipping. I love doing free shippings. It bumps up my conversion rates, and I don't have to worry about programming a whole bunch of complicated shipping codes, but there's some good money to be made in giving people different options for shipping and charging different prices for that. So it's just going to depend on how you want to set up your store. This is where we can do some upsells and some cross-sells. Let's say we wanted to upsell this or cross-sell this to something on the store. We're going to have to just do a search here for what we've got on our store. So let's see what might be a good one for this particular product here. Let's say this charging dock, right? That's another tech item. So we'll go ahead and do charging dock right there. Bam. That's going to set that up as a cross-sell. Okay. And then in attributes, see, we're not going to worry about attributes on this one because it's a single product. Okay, then we go down to advanced, and we can do something here. Thank you for your order. And then maybe we'll do a little upsell in here. Let's go use code GOUT. Help me spell that right. GOUT 20 for 20% off next order. This code is good for 24 hours. Try to get them to go ahead and use that code right there. Okay, under extras, this is where you can put in some additional stuff. We're not going to mess around with that right now. We are going to set the product image. We're going to click over here, and I'm going to need to upload some files for this. Go into the folder I've got for this stuff. Drag that right in there. Makes life real easy. Just drag a few pictures in at once. Okay. So these images we're going to want in our product gallery. This is what we're going to want for our main product image, I think. So let's go ahead and set that as a product image. And let's go ahead and add those other images in the gallery. There, right there. There. You got a place here where you can put some different data as well. Okay. So this is when you have a one product variant. Makes life real simple. Just add a simple product. I'll make another presentation later on where we add something with multiple variants, and there's a lot more buttons to click on for that, but for this is real simple for a simple product. And then we'll go ahead and just hit publish on that. Okay, and we've got that set up to be in gear. I think that's a good place for it. You can go ahead and put that in gadget too and update it again. Okay, and then let's see, get a look at how that looks on our store. Alright, looks pretty good. And you see when you hover over it in this theme, it shows some of the other images. So it looks like a pretty good product page right out of the gate there. Okay, so one thing I forgot to do is put something down here in the product short description. So this is important because it puts the description right next to your product in the theme. So we're going to want to go ahead and post our description in there. And we're going to go ahead and hit update. And now when we go back over to the product, see, it's got your description up here, which is very important to have it up there and not just down here. So you can go ahead and put a different description down here if you want. You could put you know, maybe your sales pitch, your hook story and offer up here about the product. And down here, you could do your bullet points with, you know, more technical details about the product. And I think that'd be a really good way to use the two different description box and the short description box. Another thing we can do from the product page, which is really cool in WooCommerce, is we can do some customization. So we'll go up here, and you can do all kinds of different stuff from here. And I'll just show you a couple of the basic things that you can do without getting too fancy. Okay, so we go in here. Obviously, you can lay out your product in different ways, but we want to just keep the same shopping experience congruent with the theme in this case. Let's see. Okay, one thing you can do is you can mess around with the alignment of the text and figure out what looks best for you. You might like something like that. But most likely you want to just keep it with bullet points like this. You just want to keep it to the left. If you've got some reviews, you can put the reviews there. I don't particularly like that it has categories right here that are clickable. I think that's, I don't want them clicking on anything except for that add to cart button. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that right there. Okay, so that's gone, which is nice. You got the share icons. You know, some people like having those, some people don't. Let's say that you might think that's distracting as well. To get people to, you know, share your item is great, but what we really want them to do is add to cart. There's different schools of thought on that. But let's say you want to get rid of those, you can. And if you think that looks a little too blank now, you can go ahead and put them right back. Okay, and you can do all sorts of custom coding with your add to cart buttons to have that thing jump around and do whatever you want. It's real simple. You just Google button effects, you know, button effects HTML, and you can put all kinds of different stuff in there. The main thing I really wanted to do was just get rid of that those meta categories there, because that just seemed like people could accidentally click on that instead of add to cart. So I'm going to go ahead and just keep that simple change that I made. I'm just going to go ahead and hit publish. Okay, I'm happy with this. Okay, you can also add new products right from your website when you're logged into your WordPress admin, simply by hitting new. And we're going to do a new product again. and it'll take us right back to our dashboard where we can do another simple product, or we can do a variant product as well. Okay, so this time we're going to make a variable product. We're going to use a product that has two different variants based on color. So instead of a simple product this time, we're going to go with variable. Okay, and we'll go from there. And for this product description, we're going to make this a blackhead remover. Okay, so this time I'm going to put something different in the product description up here and something different in the short description down here. All right, so I'm doing a little bullet point thing down here, and I'm doing more of a sales pitch in the description up top. Okay. So with a variable product, we're going to have two different colors of this blackhead remover. So we're going to want to scroll on down, and we want to choose variable product. Okay, standard inventory. Let's just keep this nice and simple. Let's keep that nice and simple. The main thing we want to learn on this part is the attributes. Okay, so we're going to add some attributes. The attribute we're adding is color. Okay, and in here you want to put the two different colors of this product, or how many different variants you have in your case, and you want to separate them by a vertical character. Okay, so we're going to do white and pink. Okay, let's save that attribute. That's saving. Okay, now we go to variations, hit go, and we're going to do the white one first. Let's expand on that. Let's choose a product image. We're going to want to choose the picture to associate with this variant. So I've got the white product image right there. Set the variant image. Okay, and let's go regular price at 50. Sell it for $29.95. That all looks good. Save changes on that. All right, so let's add in the variation. I'm going to go pink. I'm going to hit expand. The white one's all set to go. I'm going to put an image in for the pink one right there. Set the variation picture. Regularly priced at 50, and let's go with $29.95 on that. All right, so you see we've got two different variations on this. We'll go ahead and save the changes on that. Okay, and you can use this for a custom note for when people purchase this. And then we want to make sure it's in the right categories. Let's go ahead and put that in health and gadgets. And let's publish that to the store and see how it looks. Okay, we'll go over to our store here. Take a look at products. Oh, I did not make a picture for the product itself. I just did the variants. So let's not skip over that. So we're going to set the product image. I'm going to use this little stage picture here. Set that product image. Okay, and it looks like you can get rid of the sharing buttons right there as well. We're going to update that. Okay, let's go back over here, and this should populate, and much better. Okay, so let's go to this product image, see if we want to make any changes here. Okay, looks good, looks good. Choose an option, white or pink, and it goes right to the product image. Now, if these were different prices, obviously that would change dynamically. But in this case, it's the same product, but the only variation is the color, right? So let's say there was a power or a size variation. Then you would add two different variations in there, and it would all dynamically change as you needed to. So if you want to have multiple variants, multiple variations within, multiple attributes rather, within the same product. This pill bottle is a perfect example of that, okay? So we have two attributes. We have the color field and the quantity field, okay? So you see how you fill in the 4 different colors of this pill box and the 2 different sizes it's in. Now that will dynamically create more than just these 4 colors. It'll dynamically create 8 different options because it'll create all these colors but in the different sizes. Okay, so if we go over here and take a look at that, set up how we have our variant set up, we should be able to shop all kinds of different colors and sizes. And here we go. So we've got these 2 different attributes set up, right? So we get the blue, let's say we switch to yellow, it changes the color, and let's say we switch it to the other size, it changes it to the price of that size. Okay. So that's pretty simple to do. When there's a couple different variants, or rather attributes, that's how you set them up within here. You just keep adding more attributes, and then it'll dynamically work together to accomplish your goal. Another thing to note when doing multiple attributes with different prices, okay, you're going to want to go into variations, and you're going to want to make sure you have a variation for each one with its proper price, right? So here we have the blue 1,000 milliliter, and it's priced at $15.99. We also have the blue 500 milliliter, right? And it's priced at $9.99. So you have to go through and individually make sure that every different option is priced properly with the 2 different combinations. Otherwise, you end up like, let's say you skipped one of these, and then the user tried to shop it. It would get either an error or the price just wouldn't calculate properly. So everything has to work together, and you have to make sure that each color and each size in this case is associated with the proper price for it to actually work out perfectly for you. Okay, the next thing I want to show you guys is how to add a flipbook, which is a way that people can scroll through and shop a little differently than the layout we have right now. So we're going to hit Edit Page. We're going to edit with the UX Builder. Okay, and that's going to load up. Once that loads up, we're going to add an element. Okay, and what we're looking for is Flipbook. So right there, we're adding this Flipbook, and so you see this is a way that they can flip through and look at all your products and see the description as well. And you can do this for your entire website, or you can do it by category. So, like, let's say we want to do it just by health. Let's try that out. Okay, and you see that narrowed it down to less products, right? Okay. So let's say we wanted to focus on health because that was our best performing niche. So on our home page, we will add a flipbook to do just that, so they can browse through and see some of our, top performers. Or we could do a best sellers category and put the products we really want to push, and that's just something that people can scroll through and shop a little differently than how we had the home page set up before. And we'll just go ahead and hit apply on that and update. And then that flipbook has now been added to the theme. Very, very easy way to add another element to your website. Okay, now I'm going to show you guys how to use some of the extra features in the product description, specifically putting a video in. So we're going to go to our products, then we're going to hit edit. And we're going to scroll down to where it says extra, and I'm going to put in a URL of a random video, in this case of somebody using the pour vacuum. Okay, you also have the ability to put content above and below your video. So I'll go ahead and write a little note in there so you can see where that goes in. And we're going to update this. And when that loads, we'll go over to our product page and take a look. Okay. Let's get a look at that. When you put the video in that way, what it does is it puts a play button right here for you. So people that see that can play that. And that might not be obvious enough for some people to watch your video. If you really want to feature this video, you may just want to go ahead and put it in the product short description, maybe like right after your bullet points. And you can do that just by hitting Add Media, insert from URL, and do the same thing. That obviously this is better when it's your own YouTube channel. But in this case, we'll go ahead and use one that is just random and that we found. All right, and then I'll put it right in the product description for you. Also, a good idea for load speed would be to have your own video and host it on, your own server. Especially with SiteGround, it's going to load a lot quicker that way. Whether you're using a WooCommerce or a Shopify store, if you could host your videos and some of your bigger images off-site, you'll get a much faster load speed. All right, guys, next I'm going to show you how to add some widgets to your store. One of the easiest ways to do that is directly from your store, and we want to hit Customize. Once that loads up, we're going to hit Widgets. There. Okay. And in this case, I want to add a search function to the collection page. So I'm going to hit Shop. I'm going to go to Gadget. Okay, and then we're going to go to the Shop sidebar. What I want to do is add a widget. Okay, and these are in alphabetical order. What I'm looking for is product search. Products by ratings, product search, product search. I'm going to add that right there. And then you see how it's down there. Actually, most people find the search bar higher up. So what we want to do is drag that up there. So simply all we have to do is grab it here and drag it up. And there you go. There's your search bar. You can see I've got some other widgets already programmed in here, filtering products by ratings and by price and such, right? So you can have a sliding filter right there if you want. Okay, but the search bar is, it's a conversion element, and it also gives trust to the website. So search bars have been proven to be very effective. Okay, everybody, next I'm going to show you how to add blocks. If you see these elements right here, these are pre-made blocks within the Flotsam theme. So if we want to set up something like this, all we have to do is simply hit the plus button here. We're going to add a block. Okay, I want to go to the UX Builder. We're going to hit Add Elements. Okay, from here you could build your own, or even better, you can hit Flotsam Studio. And you got all these really cool blocks that you could add in, right? So you got countdown timers, you got Christmas is coming, you got Black Friday stuff. So let's add something nice and simple. Let's see here. All right, well, let's say that it was Black Friday, right? So we want to add this block, so we're going to go ahead and import that. It looks like it's a sparkle effect, which is really cool. Okay, and you can also customize this. Let's say you wanted to just have this somewhere without an action item button. You just wanted this to be a banner above, a particular collection or something like that that had this sale going on. We could simply select the button, and from the button we would just hit delete, and now that button's gone. Okay. So from here, what we want to do is, from here we want to hit publish, update the store. Okay, let's go back. Let's get a look at our store. Okay, so actually the next thing we need to do from the dashboard is go to UX blocks, and we need to grab what's called the shortcode. And we know that the shortcode for this particular block is this one because we just did this a minute ago. Okay, so I'm going to grab this shortcode, and I'm going to go over to the store. Okay, now that we've got that code, what we want to do is hit Customize. Once that loads up, okay, we're going to hit Shop. Okay, then we're going to hit Product Catalog. All right, and right here we're going to put in our new shortcode. Let's say we wanted to put in, okay, so what's going to happen is it's going to change this banner, right? So this is what I've got in there right now. So when I hit the new shortcode in there and hit, if I would hit Publish, then it would change that to the Black Friday. So I'm not going to hit Publish because that's not the design we want right now, but this is a really cool Black Friday banner. And you saw why we removed the button earlier, because they're already on a page where they can do some shopping. So we didn't need to hit another button and just distract them and have them redirect to this page or another page that has the same function. Okay, so you would hit publish if you wanted to change that banner. I'm not, because I like the other banner. And that's how you add in blocks. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is do some customization to our checkout. The way I like to do this is go right to your store and actually go to the checkout page. Okay, and you're going to want to hit, okay, we're going to go to our UX builder. Okay, you guys can see we've got a banner in our cart. We need to get to the checkout. Which means I need to get out of the cart. So let's get out of the cart and get to the checkout. And once we get to the checkout, we'll do what I intended to do, which is add over the UX builder. Okay. Let's say you're having a sale and there's a code, and you want to make sure that they're using that code at checkout to get the big discount. So give you a nice big conversion bump at checkout. Maybe you're having a bunch of initiate checkouts and people aren't actually converting into purchasers. Doing something like this could drastically improve that. All right. So we're going to add an element. We're going to go into Flatsum Studio. And here's a good one. See, it's take 25% off for New Year's. So I'm going to grab that. Okay. Now I obviously want to get rid of these buttons because I don't want them leaving the checkout. That's exactly the opposite thing we want to do. All right, delete the button. And delete the button, right? And maybe we should make that a little bit bigger too. Make the code itself a little bigger, make sure people use it. Okay. The other thing we're going to want is to make sure that this banner is above all of this checkout stuff. So we're going to grab the banner, and drag it on up there, and then now you should get a nice conversion bump for your New Year's sale. Go ahead and hit update. We should be good to go. All right, the next thing I'm going to show you guys how to do is put an element in to collect people's email. So this is basically another banner type situation within Flatsum Studio. So we will go ahead and get rid of this. Okay, from our UX builder, we're going to add another element. Flatsum Studio. We're going to do a sign up. Let's go ahead and use this one. Okay, and then from there, we have to select what form this is. This will be a sign up form. Okay, and it's got the email field. Go ahead and apply that. Update that. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is add some more sections. This looks pretty good having a small Instagram here, but I think I'd like to have a big one. So let's add an element. And in this case, we don't even need to go into the Flatsum Studio for this particular thing. Let's just find an Instagram feed box. And then now I got a nice big Instagram feed. And then obviously this is where you would change your Instagram handle to put it to yours. And then you have a bunch of different options for the way you want it laid out as well. Go ahead and apply to that. Update that. Okay, the next thing I want to show you guys is how to do some stuff with blog posts. WordPress and WooCommerce, since it's on WordPress, it's a much better platform than Shopify or some other platforms for doing blogs, because you can do a lot of customization and really feature your blog. So let's say I wanted to feature a couple excerpts from my blog right here. What I would do is I get to the UX builder. Okay, I'm going to add another element. I'm just going to search for blog. Okay, let's grab a blog post. All right, apply that. Okay, and from here we can do some customization. All right, we can choose which posts we want to put in there, and that should auto-populate. All right, we can do this, and then we can do that. Find another one. Okay, and then we can adjust how much of the expert we want to see right there. So if we drag that over, then people can read a lot more of those posts. Okay. Another cool thing we can do here is, go ahead and exit out of that and not save that. Another cool thing that we can do when creating a new blog post is a lot of customization, right? So we'll go up here and we'll do a new post. Okay, and let's do a blog post with an image this time. With an image. Alright, and we are going to feature an image, set the featured image. Let's go ahead and grab this hat, put that in there, hit publish, okay. Publish that. And then we edit this in the UX Builder. We can do all kinds of cool customization from just WordPress elements or adding some stuff from the Flat Sum Studio. So let's go ahead and add some more elements to this particular blog post, and let's see what the studio's got for us. One thing you might want to have at the bottom of your blog post would be something maybe like this, or it'd be the Meet the Team. So let's go ahead and import that. Okay, so you can imagine you have a nice written out blog post here. Maybe an image is a little smaller, it would make a lot more sense. And then afterwards, after somebody's spent the time to read your content, you can feature your personal branding of your website with a Meet the Team. And that sort of gives your brand a lot more personality. And then you can have your team's individual, or this could be influencers. You could have some of your, could be like meet our brand ambassadors. And then you could have, 4 people that are on Instagram and YouTube that you've been using and sending free products to in exchange for your video. And then the influencers are going to love that because you're doing personal branding for them, as well as you get to use their great imagery to increase the legitimacy and social proof of your own brand. So that's something really cool you can do with the blog posts and bringing in Flat Sum Studio elements. Alright guys, the next thing I'm going to do is go over some stuff in the footers and putting in some interesting widgets. So let's go ahead and hit Customize from our site. Okay, and we're going to hit Footer. Alright, and let's go ahead and hit Edit Footer Widgets. And I have 2 footers in here. Let's use the footer 2, which is the bottom one. And let's go ahead and add a widget. So maybe when they're scrolling down there, I want to give them one more time to shop. So I'm going to put a little list of our products. So you want to just go ahead and choose products. Okay, it's got 5 of them set to default. That sounds like it might be good. Let's take a look. Okay, so you see how I went ahead and did a bigger Instagram up there? I don't think I need this little tiny Instagram there. I think I want to have these products down here, give them another chance to do some quick shopping. So I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of, let me reorder them first. Yeah, put that right there. I don't need that Instagram, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. Okay, that looks better. I like it. Get a nice big Instagram and some widgets in the footer here. Do a little about us and the categories and another chance for people to do some shopping. Okay, next thing I want to show you guys how to do is to edit the destination of buttons. Okay, so for example, let's say you just put these buttons in, but they're not linking anywhere yet. So we want to customize this. Did I say customize? I meant edit with UX Builder. So we want to edit with the UX Builder. Okay, we're going to click on this button. So let's say we haven't calculated the button for the contact us yet, right? Okay, so and then in another window, you're going to want to go to your dashboard, right? You're going to go to Pages, and in this case, we're looking for the contact page. So let me just search that. Contact page, do edit. We're looking for the permalink, which will be, should be right there. Okay, so it's right there. So we would copy that, and then we put it in over here, right there. Okay, and that's how you change the links on the buttons. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is a little customization of our header, and we're simply going to hit Customize. I'm going to choose the header, and we're going to click on Buttons. Okay, so let's say we want to change the way that this search icon looks. Okay, we're going to click on that, and we've got some different options here. Okay, we can make this look a little different. See, that blends in a little too much if you want to actually have them searching. So does that, so does that. Okay, this one pops out a bit. I think the circle looks nicer though. Okay, and then let's say you have an account type website where you're offering accounts. Then let's see, you can just have somebody's name, but that doesn't look very cool. We can have this various different icons, and let's stick with that one. I think that looks pretty good. Okay, let's play around with the card a little bit. Oops. I don't like that too much. I like that one. And I like that one. I'm going to stick with that one because it's an actual card. Alright, we'll just hit Publish. Okay, next we're going to do a little more customization in the header. So let's go under Header Main and get a nice slider here. So that looks too small. That's starting to look just about right to me right there. And let's make it nice and tight. That looks good. Publish on that. Next we're going to play around with the bottom header. Okay. See how that Languages tab looks a little too small? So we're going to go ahead and make that the default size. And let's say we wanted to make it the whole banner a little bit bigger. That would be here, I think. Yep, that makes it a little bit bigger. So if we made it bigger, we'd obviously need to go bigger with this as well. You know, let's say we're going to some foreign countries and we want to make sure that people know that they can choose their language, right? So I think that was a little too big. Let's go to large. And we can make this just a little smaller. And just a touch bigger. Looks good to me. Let's hit Publish. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is add a sticky header. So we click on, you guessed it, sticky header. So these are the kind of headers we can make sticky. We do the top bar. That doesn't really do anything for me. What I really want is this one. Because now if somebody has added something to cart and they keep scrolling down, the cart basically follows them, right? So that's what we want. So we're going to keep that. Publish. Okay guys, next thing I'm going to do is go over some of the Flotsam theme WooCommerce settings. Pretty simple stuff. We're going to go into Customize. Then we're going to go down to WooCommerce Shop. Okay, we'll go through some of these. For the store notice, this is an ability for you to put a message down at the bottom of the page. If you want to enable that. And obviously you can put a message you want right here. Okay, once that loads, I'll show you where it went in. So see down here where it went in. So I don't have any need for that, so I'm just going to go ahead and not enable that. And then we'll get on to the next feature. So, okay, now we're going to go into Product Catalog. And we can do some customization of the layout from here. That's a little too big for me. That's okay, but I think I'm going to stick with our original left sidebar configuration. Okay, so we didn't make any changes. We don't need to save that. Okay, so obviously there's tons of plugins for WooCommerce. One you might want to consider is a wish list. We recommend going with this YITH WooCommerce wish list, and you could just search for that in your plugins under Add New, okay? And then you'd want to install that. And what this is going to do for you and your customers is give them the ability when they're hovering over a product. Let's get into a product page. They'll be able to browse their wish list and add some stuff to their wish list, okay? All right. So that's a nice little simple element you can add to give some more life to your website. Okay, the next thing we're going to go over is how to add a Contact Us page and an About Us page. So it's pretty simple stuff. We're going to go into our UX Builder again, and we're going to add some elements. And Flotsam Studio has some nice pre-made ones for us. So let's start with About Us. Click the About, and let's find one that'll look nice here. That would be About Us with our services. That would be if you're doing services for clients. This looks nice for ecom, so let's import that. I don't know, that doesn't really fit with our widescreen design though. Let's see. Something more like this, or possibly this. I think that would work better. Let's go with this. It has a contact form though. I don't want that one. Let's go with this guy. Yep, and it's as simple as that. And all you're going to do is just go in there. You can edit within the code, or you can use the text editor, whichever you prefer. All right, so I'm not going to save that one. And the next thing we're going to do is a Contact Us page. Go back into our UX Builder. And I'm going to add an element. Flotsam Studio. Go down to Contact. And this looks like a good one. Let's go with this. Okay, right here you're going to have to put the form in for it to work properly. Let's see which form might make it look nice. Bingo, Contact Form 1, look at that. And then obviously you're going to have to, in your WordPress back office there, dashboard, you're going to have to connect all these fields to your widgets and autoresponders and things like that. Okay. Get rid of that. Okay, next I'm going to show you how to customize some of your emails getting sent out from WooCommerce. So you want to click on WooCommerce and then Settings. Okay, and then the Email tab. And this is where you can do some customization. This is really important. You want to have your from name. You might want to personalize this with a person's name. A person's name usually gets a better open rate. You know, Amy at lookoutstore.com or something like that, right? And then here you can put your from address, and that's what they'll be replying to. You can also put an image in for your header, and you just need the URL of an image that you want to use. And it's pretty simple as that. And then obviously you can manage all your individual emails as well from here. Okay, next I'm going to show you guys how to make some coupons. So you're going to go into your dashboard, you're going to hit plus, new, coupon. And you can do all kinds of customization in here. Let's make a 10% off coupon. We'll go lookout 10. All right. And let's see. We want to do a percentage discount of 10. And you know, we can limit it to maximum usage and things like that, but let's just keep it nice and simple. And all we would do is hit publish on that, and then that's a usable coupon. Okay, one thing I want to stress is that you always want to make sure your website's looking good on mobile. The easiest way to do that is to go back into your UX Builder. And on the right side of the screen here, you're going to have some options for mobile. And you can scroll through and see if there's things that you want to change about your website. You can also look at tablet if you're advertising to tablet a lot. And then back to desktop. Alright guys, so lastly I'm just going to go over how you can change your basic WooCommerce settings for your store. Pretty simple stuff. You're going to go to WooCommerce, Settings, that's not settings, that's settings. Okay, so let's just go through the basics of this. General, it's pretty self-explanatory. You're going to need the address of your business, time zone, zip code, whether you want your store to have coupon codes, how do you want to enable your taxes, what currency you want your store in. Okay. Next, you're going to look at the Products tab. Okay, and this will tell you how you want your add to cart to behave. Okay. As well as how you want your products measured, whether it's in metrics or ounces. Okay, and then your tax settings. Can't really give you a lot of advice on this. It's going to depend on your state and your country. This is where you would optimize that for your business, as well as your shipping policies. Again, are going to have to do with the zones that you are shipping to and the rates you want to charge and how you want to charge, whether it's by price or by weight. Okay, here's where you can do some of your payment gateway stuff. Obviously, Stripe and PayPal are the top providers, but it's going to depend on what country you're in and how you're running your business. Okay, and you can get into your privacy settings. And this will be, obviously, most of us are going to want to allow customers to not have to create an account in order to purchase, but some sites you may need them to create an account. And here's your privacy policy. It's very important to generate these to be compliant with Google and Facebook and whoever else you're advertising through. Okay. Back into this emails tab, which we went over a little earlier. Okay, and in the advanced settings, you can get into that and do a whole bunch of different stuff. All right, guys. So I hope you loved this WooCommerce training. I know Dan and myself are going to be focusing a little bit more on WooCommerce to serve all of you and give you some options other than Shopify. And both platforms are great. Each have their advantages and their disadvantages, and it's going to just depend on how you want to run your business. All right, so this has been Coach Mario signing off.
So Coach Mario ended off on the advanced settings. Now, the advanced settings, you can go through it, but essentially this is exactly what it takes and what you need to do in order to create a WooCommerce store, the same exact one that I showed you in the beginning of this video. So if you haven't done so yet, make sure that you downloaded the free book that I have for you in the description down below. Like I said, it's 100% for free. You don't need to do anything else except, well, download it. So it's in your best interest and it costs you nothing. So again, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, shoot me a like on this video, subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you very soon.